Greetings beautiful people and welcome back to our history channel focusing on native tribes. Today, we embark on a journey into the life and legacy of a figure who needs no introduction yet still holds secrets waiting to be uncovered. Get ready to dive deep into the remarkable story of Tatanka Iotanka, better known to everyone as Sitting Bull, the iconic Lakota leader. While Sitting Bull's name resonates through history as a symbol of indigenous resistance, there's much more to this legendary figure than meets the eye. From his early days on the Great Plains to his pivotal role in the Battle of Little Bighorn, we'll unveil the lesser-known aspects of Sitting Bull's life that will leave you in awe. This is the untold tale of Sitting Bull, a story that will ignite your fascination, inspire your spirit, and deepen your understanding of a man whose name echoes through the ages. But before we start, please consider to join our historical adventure and shine light onto the often easily forgotten indigenous tribes and their people. Please like this video and subscribe to our channel if you like our content. Without further ado, let's uncover the mysteries of Sitting Bull. He was initially known as Jumping Badger. Sitting Bull was born in 1831 into the Hunkpapa tribe, a Lakota Sioux tribe who roamed the Great Plains in what is now the Dakotas. His family dubbed him Jumping Badger at first, but he gained the childhood moniker Slow for his calm and cautious nature. When he was just 10 years old, the future chief slaughtered his first buffalo. When he was 14, he joined a Hunkpapa raiding group and distinguished himself by knocking a Crow warrior off his horse with a hatchet. In honor of the boy's valor, his father gave up his own name and gave it to his kid. Slow was later dubbed Tatanka Iotanka, or Sitting Bull. Sitting Bull was credited with several legendary acts of bravery. He was well known for his proficiency in close-quarters combat and amassed a collection of crimson feathers indicating war scars. As word spread of his deeds, his other fighters began screaming, "Sitting Bull, I am he," in order to intimidate their opponents during combat. The most spectacular exhibition of his bravery occurred in 1872, when the Sioux battled with the United States Army during a fight to prevent the Northern Pacific Railroad from being built. The middle-aged leader stepped out into the open and took a seat in front of the troops' lines as a sign of his scorn for them. He invited many others to join him for a long leisurely smoke from his tobacco pipe, disregarding the barrage of bullets zipping by. Sitting Bull meticulously cleaned his pipe after completing it and then strolled away, seemingly oblivious to the firing around him. White Bull, his nephew, subsequently described the act of disobedience as the bravest deed possible. Sitting Bull emerged as one of the most vehement opponents of European encroachment on Sioux country in the 1860s. His protests typically took the form of cattle raids and hit-and-run attacks on military installations, including 4 against Fort Buford in North Dakota. Knowing that the Indians needed to band together to stand up to the power of the United States, Sitting Bull's uncle Four Horns eventually launched a movement to make the war chief the supreme leader of all Lakota Sioux independent bands, a post that had never previously existed. Around 1869, Sitting Bull was promoted to his new position. Other hunting tribes gradually joined him, and by the mid-1870s, his band comprised numerous Cheyenne and Arapaho. Sitting Bull is most known as a warrior and political leader, but he was also a Lakota Wichasa walk-on, a sort of holy man thought to have the ability of psychic insight and prophesy. He made 50 sacrifice slashes into each arm and danced for hours before falling into a trance during a sun dance ritual in early June 1876. When he awakened, he claimed to have seen warriors tumbling into his camp like grasshoppers from the sky, a vision he regarded as a sign that the Sioux would soon win a major victory. The prophecy was confirmed just a few weeks later, on June 25, when Lieutenant Colonel George A. Custer's 7th Cavalry attacked the campsite in what became known as the Battle of the Little Bighorn. The numerically superior Indians surrounded the Bluecoats and totally annihilated Custer's force of over 200 troopers, fueled by Sitting Bull's vision. Following the defeat at Little Bighorn, many people attributed the Indian triumph to Sitting Bull. Some even claimed the 45-year-old attended the West Point Military Academy. However, while Sitting Bull was engaged in guarding the camp's women and children during the invasion, he appears to have delegated the combat to the younger men, the majority of whom fought in unorganized groupings. The Indians were undoubtedly motivated by Sitting Bull's prophecy, but the day's primary heroes were his nephew White Bull and the Oglala Lakota warrior Crazy Horse, who led a charge that allegedly broke the troops' lines in half. Beginning in 1889, several reserve tribes were engulfed by the ghost dance, a spiritual movement that spoke of a messiah who would bury the white man's civilization beneath a layer of earth, allowing the Indians to return to their traditional ways. Sitting Bull had been at the forefront of preserving the Lakota's traditional culture. He still lived with 2 wives and refused to convert to Christianity. And it wasn't long before authorities became convinced he would use the ghost dance movement to foment resistance or lead a breakout from the reservation. On the morning of December 15, 1890, Tribal Agent James McLaughlin dispatched a squad of Lakota officers to arrest and question Sitting Bull. The guys were successful in removing the 59-year-old from his cabin, but the disturbance drew a big crowd of his supporters to the site. A ghost dancer fired a shot at the cops, resulting in a brief gun war. More than a dozen individuals were slain in the ensuing chaos, including Sitting Bull, who was shot in the head and chest.